Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Hello everybody and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it is the Thunderstorm League of Racing coming to you live from Kentucky Speedway for the Purina Feed 135. In the broadcast booth with me, as always, Mr. Gary Wells. Gary, how are you doing?
Doing really well, man. You know, Kentucky is a special place. I love, this is one of my favorite mile and a halves. This is probably the closest mile and a half to where I live, so kind of a home track feel. It's hot tonight. It's going to be slick, and these drivers are really going to have to drive their machines.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going on. Right now, we have River Page as your leader in practice, followed by Chase Schaefer, Ryan Billy in third. Fourth, it's Landon Williams, and rounding out the top five, Dalton Fredericks. Before we go any further, Gary, you got something special for everybody. It is week number 2 right here on the broadcast for Gary's World.
Tonight we are at Kentucky Speedway, but this time it's way different. We're at the Legacy Kentucky Speedway, one of the widest and bumpiest mile and a half tracks on iRacing. Here, if you can navigate the bumps, manage your tires on this hot and slick track, you will have a chance to win here at this wonderful speedway. As we're coming out of turn 2, on the warm-up lap, I want to show you a lap around this speedway. As we're getting up to speed, I want to let you know of a few things. The drivers here tonight will have a ton of options. With this old, worn-out surface, they could go anywhere from the yellow line all the way up to the fence. With this being one of the widest tracks, these guys will have a ton of options here tonight. As you approach the start-finish line here, we're going to go down into turn number 1. You want to get a wide arc going into turn number 1. So much so where you let the car just float into the corner. As you can see here, I didn't quite get down to the bottom like I wanted to, but that is going to be your end goal. Getting down there as close to the bottom as you can. As the tires wear out, you'll see these guys try a different line toward the middle of the racetrack. Going into turn number 3, you'll see the same thing. Try to back up your corners as best you can. Get as low on the track as you possibly can to avoid all the bumps, and just because that is a better line on new tires. Going into turn 1 once again, you'll see that I still can't get down to the bottom of the racetrack, but it's a lot better this time. Backing up your entry, especially on new tires, that is going to be the key to the longevity of your tires. Coming down this back straightaway once again, you'll see that you'll want to get down to the bottom once again. Best place around this racetrack, you want to focus on rolling back into the throttle as you see here. And then as you get off of turn number 4, you come right for the start-finish line. And that, folks, is a lap at Kentucky.
And we're back after week 2 of Gary's World. Gary, thank you for doing that. What were your immediate takeaways of how the track felt? Because we are not at the normal Kentucky Speedway. We are at Legacy Kentucky Speedway, which is a 2011 build of the track as practice is closing out. Gary, take us through that real fast, and then we will cover practice.
Well, I can't drive
qualifying.
I can't drive it. That's my takeaway. No, it's really tough. I mean, I'm used to any league race that I've ever done in the last 3 or 4 years has been on the new Kentucky. So really didn't know what to expect going into this. I've driven this on console. I mean, that's the last time that I had driven this configuration of Kentucky was on console. So definitely a lot bumpier than I anticipated. And this track is very slick, and it's really going to test you on your patience tonight as a driver, rolling back into the gas, and really testing you as far as trying not to drive this car off the right front. Because if you drive off the right front here tonight and not with the right rear, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
So before we got started tonight, we looked at practice times. Gary, you, myself, and our pit reporter, Joe Hutchings, all chose a driver. We're actually going to go down the pit road. We're going to talk with Joe. Joe, who did you choose as your driver for today?
Well, I'm going to pick Mr. Page today. Seen a lot of good things during practice, and he's got a whole lot of speed, and we're going to see what he can do here in qualifying.
All right, that is River Page, who was fastest in practice. Gary, who you taking?
I know he hasn't touched the sim in about 3 months. He may not qualify well, but you can never count him out in any oval race, especially in the stock car. My pick is Scott Ramler.
All right, you pick Scott. I'm actually going to go with a driver that seems to get picked every week, but somehow falls short, whether it's his own fault or somebody else's. I'm going to take the driver, the number 23 Toyota Supra Maconi Setup Shop, Ryan Billy. You know, he's always fast, but unfortunately gets caught in something every single week. See what he can do. We only have, I think, 90 laps tonight. It's going to be interesting. Talking to Scott Ramler, you know, first time here with the Thunderstorm League of Racing, first time at this track. Literally just looked for something to do tonight. You know, after about 20-ish laps in practice, you know, I asked him a question. What is he going to have to do to make it through the race? What's your strategy? And he just said, you have to be patient. You need to save those tires. It is very bumpy here. Also hit your marks.
Yep. I mean, that's basically the same thing I said in our little segment there. I mean, hitting your marks here is so critical. I think with as high as the track temp is and the rubber that's going to be laid down off of these Goodyear tires here tonight, I would not be surprised if we see 3 to 4 lanes of racing by the end of the night here tonight.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. As we have qualifying underway, going to take a look at the 18 of Josh Mueller. So everybody, see that little thing that popped up that says Hut Sport Racing has liked the stream? You want to see that pop up? If you're on Facebook, hit that like button, share it out. You'll also get a nice pop. But if you're on YouTube, like, subscribe. Everything helps the channel. Appreciate everything you all do for All-Star 15 TV. But River Page can't replicate what he did in practice. And he's right now sitting at P3 with a 33.03. Zach Murtis on the racetrack, coming to the end of his qualifying. See if he can improve. Coming out of turn number 4, a little squirrely. That's going to probably cost him some time. And survey says slower. Little bobble out of 4 really hurt him there.
Yeah, and that's really going to hurt you here. We've seen drivers, their money lap has been their second lap. Some of them, it's been their first lap. So just kind of depends on how hard that driver goes, getting up to speed and going into one on the first lap.
Well, Gary, you were talking about how bumpy this place is and wanting to hit your mark. How far off of your mark can you be before you get some serious issues? Or do you have to be pinpoint every single lap?
You basically have to be pinpoint every single lap. You have to go into go down the back stretch with the purpose, especially going into turn 3. You have to know what line you're going to take before you even get to the corner. And same thing going into turn 1. If you're wanting to run the high side, you got to know how to run that high side. If you want to try and run the bottom, you got to know how you're going to try to run the bottom. I was talking with Scott a little bit during practice as well. We both were, and he said, I noticed that he hit the apron. I said, you hit the apron there. And he said, well, with this track and how bumpy it is, you basically want to hit the apron in turn number 3. Otherwise, you hit the bumps just wrong, and it's going to send you right up to the outside wall.
Yeah, I think we're going to see it quite a bit, especially if you hit it mid-turn. You're going to go straight to that outside wall and possibly cause a lot of damage. But qualifying with just a couple minutes left.
And they are starting the drivers' meeting.
Oh, that's going to be fun. Hey, Philip Bridgman, thank you for liking the stream. Man, everybody likes Stone Cold Steve Austin,
he even
right?
shared it. Look at that. He gets 2.
Honestly, it works perfectly. You want to know why it works perfectly? Because I know somebody does something because I jump. Well, I think basically qualifying is over and Chase Schaefer is going to win the pole for the Purina Feed 135, followed by Ryan Billy, River Page in 3rd, Sam Hines in 4th, and Dalton Fredericks in 5th. 6th is going to be the 88 of Landon Williams, Philip Bridgman in 7th. 8th, it's Alex Alexander. Jason Beckman is going to start 9th, and 10th, it's going to be Scott Ramler. So much for staying further back. See that how that didn't happen.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the hornet's nest a little bit. I would not be surprised if and we know here at TLR the racing is really crazy 10th on back. So if it gets a little too crazy for Scott's liking, he's usually one of those guys. I'm just gonna ride around 15th or 20th, away from the hornet's nest and see what we can gain later on in the race. Now, what's going to be interesting tonight, Joe, I think it's going to be one pit stop if we go flag to flag with no cautions. It's going to be one pit stop guaranteed. Joe, From what I know as a crew chief here and how much the tire fall off is, I could see some of these guys splitting the race in half, but I could also see people trying to work the race backwards into their pit window. So, what do you see happening here tonight on pit road?
Well, with the conditions they have on the track, I wouldn't put it past them to go in for tires early and then bank on a late caution to come in for another set of tires. I do believe they have what 3 sets this evening.
Yes, they have 3 sets in the pits.
Yeah, I didn't get that information before I jumped in, but they were talking
right.
about they're talking about how slick the track is. Most of the drivers are right now, so I wouldn't doubt seeing early pit stops and trying to run to the finish from there, and then bank on a cautions at the end.
Yeah, we'll just have to see what pans out because you can make all the plans that you want. I don't care if you're at Bristol. I don't care if you're Daytona. I don't care if you're at North Wilkesboro. You can plan all you want and put up the perfect game plan. But in NASCAR, they throw the green flag. So it's going to be interesting to see, what happens here in the early going. I expect these first couple laps to be very wild. You're going to see guys try to push the issue. But hopefully after the tires come up to temp and we get a little bit spread out, we'll start to see some really good racing here at Kentucky because this track can put on a pretty good show.
Yeah, I really hope it can. I'm excited to see what we saw in practice, see it move towards the race. But Gary, I want to throw this out there, and you guys were just talking about strategy. Do we see anybody, if we have hopefully an extended green period on the racetrack, do we see anybody come down pit road, pit possibly an extra time, and make that back up because you are theoretically 3, possibly 4 seconds faster than everybody else with the fall off?
Maybe not quite 3 or 4 seconds, AJ, but I mean, definitely 2 seconds, second and a half, 2 seconds, maybe 3. I could definitely see some guys trying that. It's just going to depend on how the race flows. I mean, we have 3 sets of tires in the pits. That's 30 laps per set of tires. So tonight, I feel like could be really simple if we get a couple cautions here early. I think if you go more than 12 or 13 laps and then we get a caution here early on in the race, I think you will definitely see some people come down pit road. But otherwise, it just kind of depends on where the race falls for everybody. Everybody's got so many different agendas. You got some people that'll probably try to stay out the whole time and just do 1 pit stop, and you might see some guys that'll try to split it into a 2-stop race. So going to be interesting to see what everybody's frame of mind is as we're getting ready to start this race.
Yeah, we are getting ready to start this race, and we're actually going to run through it once again. I'm going to do the top 10. Gary's going to take you from 11th to 20th. On pole, Chase Schaefer in the number 99. Ryan Billy in second, outside pole. River Page is going to start in third. Fourth, it's Sam Hines. Fifth, Dalton Fredericks. Sixth, Landon Williams. Philip Bridgman in seventh. Eighth, it's Alex Alexander. Anderson. I was watching Fox Sports today. Just throwing that out there.
It's fine.
Jason Beckman in 9th and Scott Ramler in 10th. Gary, take it away.
All right, 11th place, we've got Steve Accardi. 12th is CJ Allman. Good to see him back behind the wheel this week. 13th, the lucky number 13 is going to be Zach Murtis. 14th is going to be Randy Cornwell. 15th is going to be Josh Carver in that 03. 16th is going to be Josh Mueller. 17th is going to be Charles Bachman. 18th is going to be Logan Rhodes. 19th is going to be Ted Deckard Jr. And rounding out your top 20, it's going to be that 32 of Aaron Cabot.
All right, we had our picks, everybody. If you missed it, we'll cover them shortly.
Joe did announce his pick. Never mind, you right.
Joe 100% announced his pick.
I'm sorry. My days are running together.
You're fine. Hakuna Matata. Well, we're rolling. We're going to go green this time by. It's going to be interesting. Everybody flying into turn 1 on cold tires on a extremely hot track on your screen right now. It is the race details. You're looking at 130 degrees on the track. Gary, what does that do to these tires, especially on cold tires?
It's going to be about as good as they're going to feel these first 3 to 4 laps. So it's going to be tempting for a lot of drivers to go all out in the first 5-6 laps of this race.
Don't tell these guys this.
But it's gonna really fall off after that. So it's gonna be important to manage them. But the fresher you could keep them, the less temperature you have into your tires, the better off you're gonna be.
Well, you're gonna see that iRacing Ford Mustang pace car take the left-handed turn and dive for cover down pit road. Chase Schaefer, Ryan Bailey, you're gonna wait for, what's the flagman's name again?
Barney,
to throw out his arm.
the purple dinosaur.
And we are green here at Kentucky Speedway. Great launch by the 99.
Yeah, these guys are
River
already fanning out
Page.
2 and 3 wide already. I thought I heard a couple of guys crashing, maybe hitting the wall. Wrecking already. Back in the back. Got a couple cars around. Philip Bridgman's involved.
Oh boy. Yeah, there's the 48 there. It looks like we're staying green right now.
Yeah, no caution as of yet.
Could it be because he slid off the racetrack? Or he's just gonna get loose, and then get tagged.
Yeah, and he keeps it down to the bottom of the racetrack, which is probably.
That got really close.
Got really close there.
No, he's got a lot of nose damage, a little bit of rear end damage. They do have one fast repair sitting on pit road for him, but you want to avoid taking that at all costs.
Yeah, especially this early on in the race. I think he's just going to let it ride out and kind of take his own penalty, if you will, of now being last and having to save his stuff.
Well, here's the issue, Gary. You know, you could save that fast repair, but he's got a lot of nose damage. That's going to hurt the temp of the engine and possibly blow his motor. And once you blow your motor, now you have to wait for a tow, get the damage repair.
Well, you got to make sure that the fast repair is clicked before you enabled before you come onto pit road or get that towed. Otherwise, you will sit there for 40 minutes. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where, you know, we don't know if the engine's already hurt already. Is he down on power? You know, obviously he's going to be down on aero, which at a place at Kentucky, this place is very aero. When you're race car, you want to make sure that you keep that car as clean as you can throughout the course of the race.
You know, it doesn't sound that bad. Jumping on the in-car of the 48 of Philip Bridgman.
Sound too bad. And you know, the only way he'll be able to tell if he has engine damage. One, by the sound of the engine. Another way is, you know, if he punches in the clutch, if he's floating at 2,000 RPM, he's good to go.
We are really getting spread out. Have a driver on the high side there. That's Josh Carver. You mentioned it. You know, you can run so many lines here, but I'm kind of curious on why they're venturing up. Usually they wait for one groove to get rubbered in, and that's when they move out of that groove. But they're all over the place now.
Yeah, sometimes with the track as old as this, I mean, older plan, I'm sorry, is the same way, where, you know, you get 2 or 3 lanes almost immediately. But it just really depends on how you drive the car through the corners. Like, if you're willing to run that high lane, yeah, it might eat up a little bit of your tires in the get-go, but you have to keep constantly backing up your corner.
Gary, look at that shot right there.
Yeah, good battle
57, 45, and 88.
Right there, 88, 03 all in this shot right here. And you're going to see types of racing like this all night long. You may not see it with our leaders as much, but you'll definitely see it for the top 10.
Man, if I was the owner of those 3 cars, I'd be biting my nails right now.
Well, I'm sure he probably is. He's just busy working on pit road.
Hey guys, the 48 just came in and used his fast.
That's probably a smart move.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he was very slow. A lot of time. Better just take it now and hope for a yellow. He is the only car 1 lap down, so if we get a quick caution here, he's right back in this. So. Yeah, kind of surprising. The 99 and 89, I would think they're teammates, but
They are.
They are 1 and 2 and bumper to bumper.
Well, they practice quite a bit together. They know what each other can do. So honestly, if you're comfortable riding the way they are, just keep her going. Don't break what's not broken.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you're seeing a couple of comers through the field here a little bit. Alex Anderson and Scott Rambler, they started 8th and 10th, and they're already up to 5th and 6th. So you are going to see a lot of comers and goers in this race, especially just with how this works here with the tire model and those kind of things. As we're seeing Rambler making a move now for position.
Damn, he is slowly crawling his way up there. We are 10 laps, or just about 10 laps in, and he's gone up 5 positions, starting in that 10th spot now in 5th.
Yeah, and Rambler and Landon, those guys, they are some of the best on this service as far as safety tires goes. I've seen Rambler race at places more abrasive than the Speedway. I've seen him race at Darlington, and he's just one of those guys where he gets in the car, pretty laid back, pretty chill, doesn't get too riled up by things unless you really make him mad. He just kind of just goes with the flow of things and takes it easy the first couple of runs and gets himself into a loop.
Saw a pass there. Zach Murtis gets by Landon Williams.
Yeah, Murtis with a nice drive off of turns 3 and 4 there. Going to be able to complete that pass and move up into the 7th spot. Landon kind of
Really
back
starting
a
to
little
get
bit early.
spread out. Yeah, Landon's dropped 2 positions. Started in 6th. Now has fallen back to 8th. Teammate right behind him, Dalton Fredericks, has dropped 4 spots. But other than that, your biggest mover of the race is the number 32, sitting in 13th. It's Aaron Cavan, slowly making his way up there, picking and choosing when to attempt these passes to see if he's going to actually have the run to clear him before the turn.
Yeah, and sometimes as a driver as well here, crap, I said that. Anyways, don't care. To all you keyboard warriors out there, I know what I said. And when you go into these corners, you don't want to pass the guy right away. What you want to try and do is right behind him for a couple laps, saves your equipment, but also you can see where is he good and where is he not so good. And then you can take advantage of his weakness and then be able to gain an advantage on him.
Listen to those tires screeching in the turns. Holy cow.
Yeah, you're going to be hearing that all night long. You know how Larry Mack a couple years ago when they were at Old Atlanta, he took a cheese grater to a tire? Yeah, you're going to see that with these cars. I mean, it's basically just a filer just grinding away on these tires, especially in the corners.
Landon diving it into turn 3, trying to get by the 67 of Alex Anderson.
Again, it seems like they've been around this whole race.
Been leapfrogging this whole time.
Yep, and we've had so many passes. Alex is back to where he started. Started 8th, currently running.
Hey, and that's good right there. That's a solid run so far. You know, you're trying to get used to the track during race conditions. So kudos to him with keeping the car underneath him and not losing anything too big right off the start of the race.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're going to see these guys continue as the race goes on. This track will change a little bit as rubber gets laid down. The cars will tighten up a little bit as the race goes on. So it's just a matter of how they react and where they decide to position the cars as we get further along in this race. I don't think you're going to see guys like the yellow line as much the longer we go. I think the new bottom line here around Kentucky is about that second lane right there where you saw Landon in turns 1 and 2, and you'll see a couple of guys make that yellow line work in 3 and 4.
Hey,
so
just
we
so
were
you
talking
guys
about
know that River just bounced off the wall in turn 2.
He fell off like a rock. Let's take a look at that, AJ, on the replay.
Gotta go find it. How far back was it, Joe?
1 lap.
Sorry, we gotta do it the old-fashioned way.
Sorry, guys.
You said turn 4 or turn 2?
2.
Oh, there it is.
Pancaked it.
Yeah, and when we go back live, we'll see the damage he did.
God,
That's a pretty good hit right there.
We're going to go back to live. In the booth now, it's Mike Campiggio. What's going on, Mike? How are you doing? And welcome to the broadcast.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Sorry I'm a little late tonight, but excited to be here with you, Gary, and Joe for some action at Kentucky Speedway.
And apparently I am chopped liver.
I said you, AJ. It's good to see you again.
So we were talking about big movers across the field. I want to take you back to the Corn Hub car of Nathan Orlowski. Riding 17th right now. Gary, stop laughing. He is slowly moving his way up from the 23rd position to sit in 17th, and he is catching CJ Allman right in front of him.
Sorry, 12. Yeah, no, really good battle between these two guys here. 91 reeling him in, and he's going to try and make a move here on CJ definitely here for the next couple laps.
Stick
He's got
with
a
this.
pretty good run here off of 4, better than what CJ got. Looks like CJ might have scraped the outside wall a little bit earlier on, so a little bit of an aero disadvantage on that number 97 forward.
Oh yeah, that 97 right side is completely scraped off. But he's moving pretty good, trying to get by Josh Carver in the West Virginia Ford Mustang.
Yeah, the West Virginia Mountaineers. I think they made the NCAA tournament.
I believe.
Oh, are we about to see 3 wide?
Maybe for a half a second. Yeah, here comes the 91. Really good run off of 4. And that's something that you can take advantage of as well, as you're seeing guys run side by side and you're right behind them. You can almost use them as a slingshot and get around them and take a 2 for 1. And the driver that took it side by side to begin with is all mad because, he didn't get the pass quick enough.
Well, something that we haven't brought up yet, Gary. Right now, the race is being led by Chase Schaefer. He's got almost 2.5 seconds back to River Page. But you gotta look out the front of the car because we are starting to see some lap traffic ahead. There they are. Schaefer's coming out of turn 2, and they're going into turn 3, so we're going to have some lap traffic soon.
Yeah, he's been running about 34.7s, 34.6s last few laps, and these guys behind him are running, that he's coming up on, are running 36.2s to times in the 35s, so he'll be catching them sooner than you think.
As we're going to stay with that 99, as he's going to get tight out of turn 2 and really have to check out of it.
Yeah, and the longer you get into this run, the more you're going to have to back up your corner, and the moment you get into the gas too soon, that could be detrimental. You'll either get really, really loose or really, really tight, depending on what the car wants to do in that moment.
And I feel like by the time you know if it's going to be either really loose or really tight, might be a little too late.
Especially when you're tight, not so much when you're loose, because sometimes when you're loose, you can kind of feel it in your wheel a little bit, and if you have a motion rig, you can really feel it in your motion rig when you're getting loose, because you'll feel that back end come around.
It goes in the wall.
Who's in the wall?
The 29, Jimmy Green, in the wall coming out of turn number 4. You saw it right on your screen.
That's unfortunate.
I think he got it just super tight off turn 4. That's what allowed him to hit the wall.
Yeah, and that's very commonplace here at the exit of these corners. We had that Rockingham stripe last week. We might have a Kentucky stripe by the end of this thing.
Here it is. Coming out of turn number 4, he's just going to get way tight.
Yeah,
Oh, a car in front of him hit the wall, too.
Yeah, looks like a couple cars.
Yeah, the 4 car hit the wall.
Oh, we got trouble, guys. Push straight away.
We got trouble.
They saved it. They're in the grass.
Oh, they saved it in the grass. How about that? Wow. Oh, we got more cars. Oh, Ian's in the wall.
Sorry for getting too excited there, but it just popped up in the corner of my eyes when I saw
Yeah,
that.
no, we just happened to see it here too. That's
The 4 of Logan Rhodes comes down onto Charles Bachman, and both go into the grass. If you need any grass cutting services, please contact the either number 4 or 14.
yeah, they'll just kill your grass. Won't have grass again. Won't have to mow ever again.
But hey, everybody's still going in the right direction. They were able to save the car, have some damage on the vehicles, but if they can make it to the pit stop, which we should be seeing soon, I would assume, because we are for the most
really
part,
going to depend. I mean, you might see some guys here in the next 20 laps or so come on in. But from what I could calculate based on real life races that I've seen here with this car, different track configuration, I've seen them be able to go about 55 to 60 laps.
here comes Schaefer trying to get around a lapped car, and does. That's Ted Deckard in the 79 that he gets by.
Yeah, and Ted's usually pretty good about just letting you go. He's one of those guys where he'll just get out of the way. He doesn't really fight a whole lot to stay on the lead lap.
What a difference a couple weeks make. You know, the Daytona to Rockingham, difficult racetracks. We come to Kentucky thinking it's going to be a difficult racetrack for everybody, but it looks like everybody's racing with their brains tonight. It's nice to see as there goes Schaefer trying to get around Sean Lester.
Yeah, you kind of
putting
have.
the 20.
Lester's going to go up into the fence just a little bit. Go ahead, Joe.
You kind of have to race smart because everybody's complaining about tires right now, so they're all in the same boat.
Yeah, 27 laps in this thing. I'm hearing the same thing you're hearing, Joe. A lot of complaints.
Steve
about
Accardi
tires.
on pit road. Steve Accardi on pit road.
Ooh. Well, I mean, it's one of those things. Like we said, you know, you could see some of these guys try to two-stop it here. I mean, you're right there in the tire window. If you wanted to make it 3 stops, you could. But I would imagine his next stop would probably be, I don't know, lap 45 maybe. I'll try to go to the end, maybe make one more pit stop in all 3 of the sets. But I think this is going to be a scheduled pit stop for the
Yeah, he's back on the racetrack, sitting 29th, 2 laps down.
Yeah, he took 4 tires.
Yeah, well, you have to here, Joe. I mean,
1 lap down.
you lose so much time, you almost have to take it. But yeah, if you're already a lap down, you're going to lose 2 laps on pit road. Usually you'll lose about a lap to a lap and a half no matter what.
Sam Hines cutting underneath River Page is going to move Page out of the groove, and he's going to end up losing 2 spots there.
Yeah, he's going to lose a spot to Hines, and he's also going to lose a spot to Brian Billy there.
All right, for the first time tonight, as we are 30 laps in, let's run through your top 10 as how they sit. In first, it's Chase Schaefer by almost 5 seconds. Second place, Sam Hines. Third right now is Ryan Billy. River Page, we just talked about him getting way out of the groove in turn 3 and 4. He's going to drop back to the 4th position. Scott Ramler right behind him in the 57 Ford. Landon Williams in 6th. Are we still good? 7th is Zach Murtis. Dalton Fredericks in 8th. 9th, Alex Anderson. And in 10th, Aaron Cavan. So far, so good. Gary, we'll be right back, everybody. We're going to take a quick side-by-side break. You'll see the action and see some ads from the Nerds Do Nerd Things and the Thunderstorm League of Racing.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We're back here at the racetrack. for the Thunderstorm League of Racing. You're watching it all on All-Star 15 TV, whether it's on the YouTube or the Facebook. I'm Age Capola, Gary Wells, Mike Campigio, and Joe Hutchings down in pit road. Gary, what does it look like so far? Are we really starting to see these tires completely fall off and turn into dog water?
Yeah, I think you're really starting to see the tires fall off here. We saw Steve Accardi make a pit stop. We're seeing a couple others make pit stops too, CJ Allman and Jason Beckman. But I think what you're really starting to see is the guys that have been able to really manage their stuff. People like Sam Hines, people like Scott Ramler, Landon Williams. They're making their way up into the top 5, and they're going to kind of ride it out and see how it goes. But you don't want to be stuck out
Speaking
there.
of Ramler, making the pass on Ryan Billy.
Yeah, making that pass on Ryan Billy. He's going to move up into the 3rd spot now. But yeah, you really want to make sure that you're managing your stuff. But at the same time, you don't want to be one of the last guys to pit because you could lose a lot of time that way.
That was a really good textbook pass by the 57 to get by Billy as he takes 3rd place.
Look at River
and
Page
is...
take 3 cars at once. As we have a yellow, first
guys.
caution of the night.
Uh-oh.
Turn 4 in the grass. We got a 1 in the grass.
Give me a number.
It looks like
Sean
it
Lester?
is Sean Lester, yes.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
You said turn 4?
Yes.
We'll see here.
Oh,
Oh,
there
God.
he goes.
hard wreck.
Whoa, what happened there? Gonna jump on board with the 47. Back it up a little bit so you can hear the sound of his car. He's just losing grip. He's way loose. 1 car incident for our first caution of the evening. 37 laps into the event tonight. It's Purina Feeds 135. 90 laps around this 1.5-mile racetrack. Sean Lester's definitely going to need his fast repair. That's going to hurt. And he's also going to get put a lap down because there goes Chase Schaefer.
Yep, at least 1 lap down. I think he was already a lap down, but yeah, he's actually 2 laps down according to the scoring.
It's pit stops, baby.
Yeah, big feeding time here. We're going to see a lot of guys take 4 tires and top it off with fuel. They can make it to the end.
On fuel, but
On fuel.
can they do it on tires?
On tires, we've seen them try, but it's going to be really close on that fuel window to the end. But, they might have to make a gas and go, but we've also seen guys take it easy too. Guys like Scott we mentioned earlier, and Landon and Hines. I mean, they were really saving their stuff, so they might be able to even save a couple laps on gas as well.
Now, you mentioned taking it easy, and that's what we heard a lot of drivers say before this race got started. If you're the top 5, do you have the option to take it easy? Because you're going to have people right on your back bumper that want your spot. Are you going to just, all right, go by me, I'll see you in 10 laps? Or are you actually going to fight for your position?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I think
How easy are you going to take it?
I think you are. I think you were talking about the art of give and take. Sorry, I got distracted by what Michael Leclerc was saying. Anyways,
how easy as a driver? Now I said it. In the top 5, are you willing to take it?
I think in the first couple laps you want to go as decently hard as you can. But after about 3 or 4 laps, if these guys are still driving really, really hard, I think you just start letting folks go. Again, it's that art of giving and taking, which, since I've been on iRacing, has virtually not been a thing. And I know with these guys here in the last few weeks has not really been a thing in this series. So I think tonight we're starting to see that come back around a little bit. But really, it's just going to be about, okay, I've gone hard enough, as hard as I want to go. Let me let this guy go. We've been green up to this point. So let me just let him go, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Hey, Joe Hutchings in pit. Is there anything going on with the O2 of Zach Murtis? We cannot find him on the racetrack.
Yeah, he had packet loss.
Ooh.
He just got reconnected.
Yeah, he just got reconnected, and per the rule book, that's what I got distracted with earlier in your comments there, AJ. Per the rule book, next caution they get, he'll be able to get as many laps back as he lost.
Now, what happens at that point if we don't have another caution? Is he just SOL at that point?
Hard telling. It's going to be hard telling how many laps he's going to lose as well. I think he's definitely going to lose at least one here.
He's down two right now.
He's down 2? Ooh.
Yep, we are on 39, and he is on 37.
I'm just
Yeah,
seeing,
he's still on pit road too, by the way.
I'm just seeing right now we had a lot of guys take the waiver on him for this caution.
Yes, we had a lot of guys that pitted early, elected to take the waiver on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars there.
Oh, it's going to be fun. River Page is sitting back in that 15th position. We know how aggressive he is on fresh tires. It's going to be interesting to see what he does to get back to where.
He is, period. What do you mean, just fresh tires?
Chase Schaefer's going to lead us back to green as we are gridding up, getting ready to go.
That beautiful Mustang pace car, gotta love it.
Okay, Mr. Ford.
I drive a Chevy.
Never mind then.
That's right.
Pace car is on pit road, ducking for cover, about to hit the loud pedal, waiting on the 99. You see that outside wanting to jump it just a little
There's
bit.
Barney.
Waiting, and there he goes. Excellent launch by the 99. Now it's the battle for second as they go into turn number 1. Scott Rambler, Sam Hines.
And Rambler was on his bumper. He definitely, I thought he gave him a shot there going into one. 3 wide behind him. Remember that old take it easy thing I mentioned a little while ago? Yeah, forget it.
Yep.
You want to be able to make sure that you maintain your track position as well. Because this is a pretty hard place to pass. As Billy's up into the fence.
Oh, we got
He's
one
trying
working
to save
off
it.
four.
Oh, he's head on into the wall. That's going to be a yellow.
Well, there goes my pick.
Oh, hold the brake.
He did. All right, we good.
Murtis just rolled out of pit road.
How many laps down is he? 2, 3,
4,
4?
3.
Yeah, he'll get all those laps back. He's coming like a bat out of hell right now.
All right, let's see. The Ryan Billy car coming out of turn number 4. He's just going to get loose.
Yeah, he's going to
Trying to save it.
He's trying to correct it there, and
Well, that is now the second time in as many laps we've seen a car just get super loose or super tight off turn 4 and overcorrect.
And that's with the new tires there for Billy. I don't know with Lester's spin if he had old tires or new tires, but yeah, that's not the first time. And it's a Toyota. I think it's a coincidence. But you saw Billy there. He was trying to drive out of it, and then he went back to the right. And when you hook it back to the right, I mean, we forget this is a simulator or a video game, whatever you want to call it. But there is a weight transfer that happens in game. And you'll see it. Turn left, left, and then back to the right, and you just turn to the right. And at that point, you
That's a hard lick.
that is a pretty hard hit right there. So he'll definitely have to take a fast repair if he hasn't done so already. So he's not quite out of this thing yet. But
he's going to have a lot of work.
At that point, if I was him, it may have collected another car. But I would have tried to just punch the clutch in, take the power out of the wheels, and try to save the car a little bit before getting back into the gas. Whether it would have spun me or not, hard telling. I've wrecked enough of these things in my lifetime to know what the car is going to do relatively well. But definitely one of those things where he shouldn't have been trying to turn right on a left-hand turn racetrack to try and save that car.
Yeah, look at all the damage on the nose and the right side of that Toyota Supra Maconi setup shop.
And Murtis is getting all of his laps back here. Yeah, Murtis. Yeah, that's sort of right.
So he's hitting some hot laps right now.
Yep, he's catching on. So he's what, 4 laps down, 3 laps down? gonna be hauling booty. Get going here.
Well, I feel like they're gonna hold the green long enough so he can get all of them back.
Yes, you
I would
can,
assume.
absolutely, and that's what they'll try and do if they have to. Obviously, they prefer not to if they don't have to, but it's definitely an option in their back pocket.
For everybody watching in the YouTubes or Facebook, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. You too can get a beer chug from Stone Cold Steve Austin right on your screen, just like Philip Bridgman. Apparently I needed to hit it sooner.
Hey, you know what I'm about to do right now?
What?
Hit that like button.
There you go.
Got to do it earlier.
Well, you'll get the Stone Cold Steve Austin notification if you like it on the Facebook stream.
Oh,
The
no,
YouTube the YouTube stream only does it if you subscribe to the channel.
Oh. Lame. Okay. Just makes me have to, get off
Go to Facebook now.
every once in a while and just making me do extra work up here.
I know, you're just so used to only
I take your stuff for granted.
jumping in Messenger.
There you go. There's a like. Where's my prize?
Well, it's gotta populate, dude. Chill.
Ooh. Hello, you almost killed the field.
Fraba. There it is, Gary.
There it is. All right.
Now make sure Gary gets his cookie.
I want a cookie.
You guys are making me hungry now. I need cookies.
I'm gonna share with
I mean-
you. Do I get another one?
I think you do.
Sweet. Even better.
Come on, Joe. Come on, Mike. Where's your Stone Cold Steve Austin's?
Yeah.
Give it
I've
a go.
had
one
mine.
second.
You had yours? Hot Sport Racing page? Is that what you did?
It's called I Did It.
Oh, you did it. Oh.
And there goes Gary sharing the stream. Well, lights are off on the iRacing pace car. We're gonna
And
go
Murtis is
green,
back on the lead lap. Got
which
off
brings
the-
him to the 24th position. That's a hell of a lot better than where he was sitting in the 30th slot.
Yes, and that car is still in good shape. Not a scratch on it. Unfortunately, didn't get to pit. Oh, he just got a little bit of rear end damage here, but
There's Joe.
otherwise, sitting pretty good.
We're gonna go green once again. Really, it's been an awesome race. A lot of battles. HSR all within the top 5. It's pretty good, especially when you have the owner up in the broadcast booth down on pit road.
He's just chilling, man. You don't worry about nothing.
I like what I see.
I'm sure you do. Green flag. You know these teammates are going to help each other here. Here they go. Green flag is out. Oh, they tried. Look at that launch. Chase Schaefer once again gets there going into one. And that's what you want. You want to be able to make sure you can get a really good launch so you can get the best start that you can get going into turn number 1. That's so critical to set up the back stretch.
Got to battle Dalton's getting underneath the 67 of Alex Anderson.
He's trying. He's there.
Oh boy, is River Page? I thought he was about to
He
put
will.
it 3 wide.
He will. If you leave him a hole, he'll do it. He's like Brad Keselowski.
Can't tell if that's a compliment or an insult.
Yes. You're a Gordon fan. If you know, you know.
Oh, Texas.
If you know, you know.
Apparently, I actually know that one.
You know.
Still side by side, Scott Ramler has fallen back to the 5th position from his 2nd place starting slot.
Yeah, I think with him, it's just a matter of wanting to save a little bit. Still not quite go time for the 57 machine. And we call that what, Joe?
Racing
Protocol?
IQ.
There we go. I should have a sign.
No, just a little buzzer button that zaps my chair.
Man could be taking a nap. Racing IQ, what? Huh? Oh. Back to sleep. Call me Sleepy Joe.
You ain't wrong. Just don't call me stupid.
Battle for third here. Anderson has a heck of a run off of this restart as Landon's going to move up and get right in front of him.
Yeah, but it's how much of that Anderson guy, how much of the stuff do you use to get up into the spot? So it's going to be interesting how it plays out as he got the 88 a little bit of loose there. Off of 4.
You're going to have to keep it up. I think that's going to be the strategy for the race tonight is, are you willing to burn up your stuff to get track position and hope for a caution, or are you going to take it easy and fight back afterwards?
Yeah, and I mean, that's one of the 3 things that I kind of talked about here tonight when I keys to win. Avoiding those mistakes, maintaining your track position, and tire management. You know, all those things in mind, at the end of the day, you got to make sure you manage your tires to keep them on the car. So, yeah, you want to manage your track position, but also, at the end of the day, you got to keep the picture.
Well, I want to drop you guys.
Of racetracks really force your hand to think.
Going to drop back all the way to that 13th position. Ryan Billy bouncing back after that accident where he came down pit road afterwards and took his fast repair, having to pretty much start from scratch.
Yeah, and he's done a
But
really good job.
making good progress.
Yeah, he's making good progress on the door of the top 10. So
I've been watching him make his way from the back of the pack to the front to where he's at now, and he's been going through a hornet's nest back here, guys. Especially after that restart, there was a lot of 2 and 3 wide action way back in the back here.
a lot of good action back there. I mean, another guy to watch for is Zach Curtis. He's kind of a guy to watch. He was back there, right there with Ryan Billy after the incident. So, the
I know the 03's got a lot of nose damage.
He's got a lot of rear
That
end
happened
damage.
earlier.
I can't tell if that was after the 55 hit him or what.
Maybe the 55 gave him the chrome horn.
Give him a little bit of a, hey, get out of my way.
What's the rule, Gary? How many bumps do you get?
3. Just ask Scott Rambler. only I can't say what he said earlier. I can't say it on TV.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I appreciate you not.
Was it that bad? Well, he allows 2 bumps. That's the third one. That's yeah. We won't do it.
Well, we are cruising right along, 55 laps into the Purina feed 135 here at Kentucky Speedway, Legacy Kentucky Speedway. A little bit of a configuration change difference.
A little bit different, yeah. 3 and 4 remain the same when they get repaid. Front stretch a little bit, and 1 and 2 completely different.
Alex Anderson is really trying to hold off River Page as they're coming through 1 and 2. That 89. Just slightly.
Sorry, did I say that out loud? That was supposed to stay on the inside.
That was supposed to be an inside thought. Ooh, Ryan Billy moving up into 10th. Just passing Ian Slager.
Is it Slager?
He's on a mission right now.
All right, Terminator.
We're on a mission.
Same thing with Zach Murtis. He is climbing his way back up. Him and Joe Thompson side by side as he's going to take the way outside in the wall in 1.
Yeah, he completely missed the mark there in turn 1. And saw the results right there. Meanwhile, the White Castle car.
Where? Food? Huh? Where?
Michael Dow.
I heard Taco Bell.
I keep hearing, I keep seeing that car. It's back great.
White Castle.
Have you been to White Castle? Do they have those in Connecticut?
Yes, they do. Well, no. The closest one to me is in White Plains, New York.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It's only about a 25, 30 minute drive.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure where Connecticut was on the map. Sorry. I'm a bad person. I don't know my U.S. geography very well.
That's sad.
You know how
That's
you had
really
to take
sad.
that state test back in like elementary school?
Yes.
You had to get all the states right? Yeah. Yeah, I failed the New England region.
Oh, Charles Bachman gets into the back of the 60. Sorry to cut you off.
Sure did. Yeah, I got all New England on except for Maine and New York. All the rest of them, got it. I don't know.
Let's see. Florida should be easy.
Florida, the Southeast region, easy. Midwest, got it. West Coast, got it. New England, yeah. Forget all those.
See, what I did was listen to that Animaniacs song where Yakko does all the state capitals.
It works, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Wish I was a smart
River
guy.
Page right on the back bumper of Anderson.
We'll just do that.
Ooh, he's gonna back off. Gonna look for a run
There's
coming
still
out
3
of
wide
turn
back
4.
here, Josh. Or not Josh. Why'd I do that? Oh, they're wrecking.
Oh,
Oh,
I reckon.
60 car involved. 48. No caution yet. Why did I call
that's
you
bad.
Josh? I
Oh,
didn't
they're
mean to
gonna
call
go
you
four
Josh.
wide back here. And they made it through.
Yeah, they were 3 and 4 wide back there and bouncing off each other. And you would have thought we went to Bristol.
And that is awful for Philip Bridgman again because he's already used his fast break. He used it on what, lap 2, 3?
Something like that. First round of the race.
61 laps in. We might actually be done before 9:30. That is unheard
You
of.
better knock on wood for that.
Yeah, no kidding. I was just about to say that.
Murtis right now under Slagger as well. He has Ryan Cavan right behind him in the 32. Oh, is that 32 going to get tight? He did, but he's kept it off the wall.
He maintained the stuff pretty good right there. I feel like
Oh,
it's
we
easier-
haven't
as weird as it sounds, I feel like it's so much easier to hit the wall at the exit of turn 4 than it is at the exit of turn 2. Turn 2, you got to
Oh,
really
uh-oh,
miss it.
uh-oh.
They're ripping again. No caution.
He's off the racetrack. He's around.
He's back around. He's going to be at the edge of the grass here.
Oh,
He's at the edge of the asphalt.
oh boy.
He's waiting on everybody to go by. And what do we call this, Joe?
Racing IQ.
There we go.
mean,
There's
good-
the caution. Michael Eckhart's thrown the yellow.
I mean, I'm really happy that Murtis was smart enough to not just try to flip it back around while people were still coming.
Yeah, that was a very classy move on his end for sure. Yeah, but him in the 69, they were fighting for the same spot on the racetrack.
He gets airborne a little bit.
Yeah, he does get airborne a little bit. Maybe Ian was thinking that he was supposed to come down. Maybe Ian got loose. Hard tone there with that 69 was sinking. But I really never know what he's thinking anyway. It looks like netcode there though mostly.
Man, and Zach was making
There we go.
his way back up from all those laps down just to have that happen. That's a tough break.
Yeah, it is a tough.
Third caution of the evening, and we have pit stops once again. This most likely will be the last time they're on pit road.
Yeah, unless they were able to save a set of tires. I think for Zach here, it's not the end of the world. I would say just come on in, get some tires. You got a little bit of damage, maybe take your fast repair here and get going. Yeah,
Well, everybody, we're gonna
definitely
take
time.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we return, it'll be the restart with just about 20-ish laps to go.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We're back here at Kentucky Speedway for the Purina Feeds 135. Third caution of the evening with 25 laps to go. Chase Schaefer followed by River Page, Alex Anderson in third, Scott Ramler in fourth, and rounding out the top five, it's Dalton Fredericks, your biggest mover of the race. Right now, the 36 of Richard Crane, but your biggest mover within that top 10 is the 57 of Scott Ramler, taking it easy all race, got all the way up to second, and then fell back, probably trying to save those Goodyear Eagles. Not quite sure. But hopefully to see that car bounce back. I know the driver that I chose to win the race tonight, the number 23 Makoni Setup Shop Toyota Supra, Ryan Billy, literally has been on a roller coaster this whole race. Gary, who'd you pick and where are they?
Hold on. 2.5. I picked Scott Ramler. He's been running the top 5 all night.
Joe?
River Page, P2. He's been up and down the field.
As we're gridding up, cars are getting their wave around. It's almost time to hear these engines go right into turn number 1 under power once again.
That phone in my neck.
Sure. Who you got?
I was gonna pick Dalton Fredericks tonight, and he's running P5.
Were you planning on that before the race, or are you just looking right now?
No, I did plan on that before the race.
All right, good, cool.
I mean, I would say I planned it too. But honestly, we don't know when Ryan Billy's gonna run. He's here whenever he can be, and he's one of the fastest guys whenever he shows up. Evan Tripp in the YouTube chat is rooting for Hines. He's currently in that 6th position. Right there, pace car is off, and when we go green, let's go. Crank it up.
Green flag, green flag.
Well, that didn't last very long with that crank it up. You saw it from the rear view of Chase Schaefer. Not Philip Bridgman, the 14 of Charles Bachman, spinning like a top in 3 and 4 up against the wall. Here it is.
It looked like he was the top of 3 wide.
Yeah, and I don't think that 03 knew they were 3 wide.
Oh God. He was pushing anyway. Oh, and Richard Crane. Oh, you do know we're going to have to go back and see from that 36 angle. because that was a monstrous hit.
Yeah, that 14 had a meatball.
Sees it. And Richard Crane, nothing he could do with cars underneath him, was off the gas. And now that 36 is heading to the graveyard. Unless he gets a faster pair.
Yeah, he's slowing down about all he could slow down. Hard telling. And especially with a flat track like this, you know, usually most mile and a halves that are banked 20 degrees or more, you can almost bet your paycheck that they're going to go back down to the bottom of the racetrack. This place is only banked about 14 to 16 degrees, and it's just flat enough to where they're not always just going to automatically go down to the bottom.
That was such a hard hit. Saw it on the screen.
He might have a concussion.
Maybe.
Oh,
Definitely
wait.
his hands hurt depending on how heavy he's got his force feedback.
Wait, we're in the wrong car. You can't get a concussion in the same car.
Force feedback is no joke.
No.
For everybody that isn't accustomed to iRacing or what we're talking about, force feedback is the little motor in the steering wheel that we hook up to our computers. So when you hit the bumps or hit the wall, it jerks like you hit the bumps or hit the wall. And you could set that to either really powerful or non-existent. And as somebody who has played with it on full, don't do that.
Yeah, you got to be very careful with your hands, because if your wheel snaps back, you can break a finger or get bruised hand really good.
Or if you're the unfortunate person who has to lean over to grab their keyboard and somebody comes by and just might hit your car. Yeah, I've taken my steering wheel to the chin.
That's taking it to the chin.
Mm-hmm.
Take it to the chin like a real man.
That's a technical foul. Oh boy, always having fun up in the booth with you guys. Great show. Missing Peyton Sweet tonight. Unfortunately, he's got to do the working stuff. Got to make the actual living.
That's where he gets his real money.
That's one of the reasons why I was late for the broadcast booth tonight, too.
Gotta love work.
Meh.
Goes over
I
here
knew that
like,
was
I don't
coming.
want to be working no more.
I just want to win Powerball.
I want to retire now. Is that possible?
9 more years, boys. 9 more years.
That's right.
That's right, you're old.
Old.
Bald.
Old. SpongeBob reference there. I like it. I like it a lot. Nobody really came down pit road there. I think the only driver that did was the 36 to get a brand new car. Sean Lester and Charles Bachman, who is just sitting on pit road.
Yeah, I think he might have taken his faster car earlier on in the race, so he's been kind of
That's unfortunate.
what we say here in the business, screwed. So he has to sit there.
Here's me just saying he's SOL. You take it the French way of Le Screwed. But for everybody watching, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're on Facebook.
I forgot we're on Facebook. I probably shouldn't say that word.
Still like the video. Share it out. You'll have Stone Cold Steve Austin cracking a couple beers for you. Let's see if it'll do it again.
Don't get us canceled.
There it is, Mike Campiggio. Just about 20 minutes ago. Hit that like button on Facebook and boom.
Gotta support your friends.
That's right.
Oh boy, this is going to be an interesting restart.
Guys, this is Tyson. Been all night.
It's about money time.
Yes, sir.
I hear Shane O'Mac. Here comes the money.
No
And there
more
goes the
friends.
99.
No more friends here. This is it. It's for all the marbles.
It's gut check time. They fly into turn number 1. River Page just had to crack the throttle a little bit Gonna try to get the run coming out of turn 2.
Just don't write a check if you plan on leaving town. Joe knows what I'm talking about.
Gonna have a battle for third brewing here. 71 of Sam Hines and Alex Anderson in the 67.
No trouble, turn 4.
Another caution.
Oh,
97.
CJ Allman cutting through the grass.
Let's see, was he a victim or
Oh,
was he
no.
trying to avoid stuff?
Not the Corn Hub car.
I thought you were gonna.
You can see the 91's a little loose, little loose, little loose. Oh, that's pure
Yeah,
netcode.
you'll see the netcode right there, AJ.
Yeah, well,
And it can be pretty bad on these legacy tracks because, you know, they don't run these cars at Kentucky any longer. So it could be just one of those things where, you know, iRacing just hasn't updated it for this track in a while, and you're going to see about a solid 2 or 3 foot about every time of netcode.
Seems like turn 4 has been calamity corner tonight.
Yeah, it's
That's
really
what it's
been
looking
really
like.
been the action corner. I'm surprised. Normally it's turn 2 for the scene, but tonight it's been turn 4. I don't know if it's just the way that the car unloads there weird because, you know, the backstretch is pretty much flat, but coming out of 4 and getting onto the front stretch, you're not losing quite as much banking as you would coming out of 2. So I don't know if it's just one of those things where the car is unloading awkwardly, and the way that you drive the front stretch could be a place causing guys some trouble here.
Chase Baker getting the wave around. That car's been clean all night. Good for Chase. Not a lot of track time throughout the year. Really picks and chooses his races that he wants to run. But Mr. President, league president, keeping that wonderful car. And I lied. Right side's a little scraped up.
A little scraped up, but it's not too bad.
I was gonna say that's a good looking paint job.
With these cars, JJ, they could take a little bit of a hit. Not as much as the old Gen 6 Cup car, but these guys can take a little bit of a hit and still be pretty competitive.
What are they, composite bodies?
They are composite bodies, as opposed to the Gen 6, they were steel bodies.
Ooh.
Or as I like to call them, aluminum foil bodies. Because they were pretty thin.
Tin cans.
Tin can, that's right.
Ooh, I thought we were going to see lights out there. We're going to go a full another lap. At least 2 more. 20. Yeah. 15 to go, because I thought we were going to 100 for a second, because, you know, math.
We got 15 to go, AJ.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, they're going to go green this time. They've shortened the green. The caution rate is shortened.
Hey, Eckhart, if you can hear me, I need a soda.
Eckhart, grab me a beer. Forget the soda.
Oh, okay. Yeah, beer works. Kudos to him, because the racing has completely cleaned up. He is race control tonight. I don't want to give him full credit because he's not on the racetrack, and that could be very much why it's clean.
Wow. Way to just throw him under the 18-wheeler twice.
And then back up and do it again.
Right. So 3 times.
Can 18-wheelers do donuts?
If you're good enough.
Maybe on ATS.
I may know a thing or two about it.
You know a thing or two because you've done a thing or two.
All right,
go.
pace car is off, and we're stacking up a little bit, waiting for the green.
He's got it.
Wow, what a great launch by the inside line. Sam Hine is going to get 2 second place. Can he hold it through 1 and 2?
Not quite. You know River, he's going to be really aggressive on these starts.
Man, he got really tight. I thought he was going to pancake the wall.
You ain't lying. I was thinking the same thing too, brother. But yeah, this is go time now. You really don't have any time to play around. You want to get as many spots as you can. Getting right down here to the last, handful of laps, almost 10 laps to go. So
No saving tires at this point either.
Nope. And your friends are ready. Oh, we got What a save. Look at all the wreck avoidance. What do we call that, Joe?
Racing IQ.
There we go. I just need a sign.
Here it is,
They're wrecking
guys.
again. Turn 3. Multiple
Turn
cars.
3, more cars. 32 of the things.
No, they saved it again. Wow, that's impressive right there.
I bet they can do it again. They'll wreck.
Shut up, Gary.
When they wreck, it'll be gone for good this time. Look at the 22 and the 32 right here.
We're watching the turn 3 wreck now.
Oh, yeah, that 22, and that's the tricky part about Kentucky. If you're coming in directly from the middle of the racetrack, you really have to make sure you back up that corner, otherwise that's going to happen. You're going to get tight and push right up.
Fastest lap of the race last time by River Page, a 32.99. And that is the fastest by 0.06 over teammate Chase Schaefer.
Will it help him win? We got
Well,
a battle,
getting to
we
the
got a
guy.
battle for third here. Dalton Fredericks and Landon Williams right here.
Getting to the
Gosh,
driver,
The Yeller is out.
it looks like Randy Cornwell.
Is it blowed up, Boyer?
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Do you have some assistance?
29 of Jimmy Green.
Bam!
Yeah.
He says, see ya.
Another
Hurry
hard
your
lick.
Georgia Bulldog. See you later. That's what he said. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not sure that's what he said.
It's a
He
lot
ran through
of,
him and said War Eagle or Roll Tide or any of those SEC teams.
What does Ole Miss have? What do they say? Go Rebels, I guess.
I don't know.
Let's take a look from the number 29 Jimmy Green
I
car.
bet he's a.
Oh yeah, just misjudged the entry and cleaned him out.
See you later.
That's another hard hit to that outside wall.
Yeah. They took some hard hits. Thank God this is a video game and no safer games. Let me tell you.
Oh, now we're gonna see if anybody wants to come down and get their last set of tires.
I think we're gonna have some takers. I don't think we're gonna have takers.
We got 2 takers,
You got 2 takers. That's it.
Dalton
Hey,
and Rambler.
How do we say that in French again, AJ?
Les screwed.
Yeah, they got a little screwed on that one.
Well, how big of a benefit can they possibly have?
I mean, you're gonna have maybe. You're less than 10 laps to go now. You're maybe gonna have 6 or 7 coming to the green. Were there any more cars that came in?
They're going to be a second a lap faster than everybody else.
They will be, but are they going to get a good enough run where it's going to matter? That's the key right there. I mean, yeah, you had probably 4 or 5 cars pit. Looks like the top 19 stayed out, top 20 stayed out. Yeah, 20th on back came in for tires that time. Hi, race director.
I don't mean to interrupt. Can you show me that last caution really quick, AJ? I'm
Yeah,
having
can
a
you
little
throw up the replay?
issue.
He said
Just
go
gotta find
dogs.
it.
I'm sorry.
You're just gonna have to give me 1 second.
You're good.
I would have said that in race control too. It's fine.
Who was the driver again?
29 and
Randy.
22. Go look at it from the 29.
Rewind that one more time.
And this is the benefits of having a broadcaster, guys.
Yes, it is.
One more time, AJ. All right. Now that you've used our replay services, who are you blaming it on?
Don't make any ruling in here. We don't want to hear it.
Okay, message
will-
me after you make your ruling.
I will be back, boys,
Okay.
later on.
All right.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Don't want to start a fight in the chat.
I hope he tells me what his ruling is. I really want to know.
I mean, I think you'll see it because they'll probably get the EOL.
I might hear it. We'll kind of see what happens here.
Well, the one thing that I've noticed tonight is Chase Schaefer has really gotten really good jumps on these restarts. I mean, he's cleared the guy from second place going into turn 1 each time. So I'm really I'm really interested to see how this next restart's gonna go.
What happened to the 45, Joe? He's fallen back to 26, letting everybody by. Did he speed on pit road?
I will run down there and check and find out.
Roger Dodger.
29 is going to get the ELL there, ladies and gentlemen. And I guess we're finding out what happened to good old Dalton Fred here, right?
Yeah. Because he was dropping back. I wonder if there was a possible speed on pit road there.
You know, that is a very good possibility. And this late in the race, you definitely cannot afford a speeding penalty. What we got, Joe?
No, sir.
Pit entry speed.
There it is. And you know,
Damn,
with all that faking in and out stuff there, AJ, that is a really easy portion on pit road where you can get nabbed for speeding. It gets a little tricky because you think you're going down, and then you think you can speed up, and you got to slow down, and then you stop the speed. But luckily for him, it's only a drop to the rear. So
15 lap difference between the drivers within that top 10 and the drivers that just came down pit road, and they're being led by Scott Ramler in 16th, followed by Sean Lester and Aaron Cavan. That's a lot of extra tire. But here's the thing: is it enough time? Chat, let us know whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. Do you think they can get back to the front?
Checking on lap times throughout the race, those fresh tires are going to be pretty fast over these guys with 20 lap tires.
Well, let's see
yeah,
here.
but passing them is going to be the issue.
And we've had a lot of cautions here too, and I know that's what these guys were taking into account. Going to be interested on this restart, AJ. Take it away.
Well, pace car is off. Waiting for the green. Chase Schaefer is leading River Page on the front row, and he's going to get a really good jump. Landon Williams is going to come even with River Page as they enter turn number 1. Looking for the outside to have the run coming out of turn 2. Landon's going to push the 89 up the racetrack just a little bit. Looking for the run heading towards the backstretch. River Page in the wall out of 2. Out of 2. They're going to go 2 wide down the backstretch. Page in 4th to 5th. Needed breath.
Look at Scott Rambler. He's able to work his way up. He's already up to about the 13th spot.
Man, that was big for River Page to hit the wall coming out of turn 2.
Here comes Rambler back here in the 11th spot, working his way around that 4 car. I don't think there's going to be enough time, but we shall see. A lot of cars he has to pass through these next 5 laps.
Hey, after getting screwed to come back and make a top 10 or possibly even a top 5, I call that a win.
Turn chicken crap into the chicken salad.
I do believe Mythbusters proved you could polish a turd.
It did.
No, that is true. But you know what, Joe? What is it at the end of the race?
Racing IQ?
No, a turd.
Got him.
Just like my racing IQ. I mean, what?
Polish a turd. It's still a turd.
Oh, there. 3 to go here. These guys still 2 and 3 wide. Look at Rambler putting his car in
3 wide.
Rambler's putting his car in all of the places.
All the right places.
He might be able to get top 5. I just don't know if he's going to be able to get up here and get the win. I mean,
if they...
I've seen Rambler do a lot of crazy stuff, though, but I don't know if he's going to be able to pull this off.
He might be able to get a top 5.
He might. They're trying to wreck behind him. Not quite good enough.
Oh, the 55 of Jim Beckman gets put in the wall. 2 to go, going into turn 1.
Oh, they're wrecking in front of me, too. They're door banging. Or another phrase I like to say, but it's not appropriate for the broadcast. 3 wide.
3 wide.
Up to 5th. How about that? Way to go, Ramble.
And coming to the white flag means it is sponsored by Wrestling Over Everything. Chase Schaefer over Landon Williams.
I don't think Landon.
I don't think so either. I'm more concerned about Scott Ramler if he can get to Zach Murtis for fourth.
Pretty close. Here they come. Down that straightaway into 3.
Here comes Zach Murtis.
Here comes Murtis. I think it's going to be Landon Schaefer. Chase Schaefer's day. Landon Williams is going to be P2 here. Schaefer's going to win it at
Awesome
Kentucky.
race. Chase Schaefer is going to win the Purina Feeds 135. And Scott Ramler gets P5.
Congrats to him, man. What a run there at the end of that race. Going from
What a
16th to
bleeping
5th.
drive.
And I mean, Dalton recovers pretty good for himself. He's going to finish in the 14th spot.
Yeah, that from last on the field, which was 28th.
Yeah, 25th-ish. I mean, but he also is probably starting the tail end of the tail end, so around 28th, yeah. What on earth? There was a little extracurricular activity here on the back straightaway.
Oh!
Looks like Dalton Frederick's got into the middle of it here.
Had to see what happened going into pit road.
36 just cuts down on the 45. Uh-oh. 88 and spinning people out.
Well, stuff was happening before that.
Temper.
And we'll get talking to Landon in just a little bit. But let's get to...
Look at this 67 go backwards. That's impressive, man. I can't do that. Oh, they're still door banging off each other. They're still not happy.
See, who do we got to talk to first?
Hopefully we get to talk to our winner. Let me see if I can.
Well,
find
we're
him.
gonna go 3, 2, 1 because I've yet to see our race winner. Well, let's bring him in here. We're Mike Campigio. You're gonna take the driver that finished third, River Page. Here he is. Take it away.
Hey, River, it's Mike, AJ, Gary, and Jill up in the broadcast booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So, I just wanted to ask you, how did your race go tonight? See, you got a P3 finish, which is really awesome. Explain what your race was like and how were you feeling out there?
Well, the first run, especially, I just didn't know how to save tires at all. I mean, I was losing like 4/10 a lap before I pitted, so really struggled with that. But kind of got a break with all the cautions that happened midway through, and then was up there at the end, and then both restarts, just the person on the bottom, ran the middle line, which is fair because the bottom just doesn't really work. But it kind of forced me to run the top, which is just gets your car really tight, and kind of had to surrender the spot both times. So, other than that, congrats to Chase. He really deserves it.
So, going off that, with your teammate Chase getting the win, did you guys do any practicing beforehand to get to know Legacy Kentucky a little bit more, or?
I don't know about Chase, but I didn't practice at all. Just went in here and tried to figure out how to run it fast, but I'm sure some practice would have helped me do that first run and maybe get around Chase and take the lead, but yeah.
Well, as we look forward in the schedule, you guys have an off week next week, but you'll be in Nashville 2 weeks from tonight. What are you looking forward to Nashville coming up in 2 weeks?
I really like this car at Nashville. Assuming it's super speedway, I'm not sure, but I think it'll be fun, and hope I can keep the top 3 streak alive.
Would you like to do any shout outs to family, friends, or sponsors?
Just Maconi Setup Shop and Alex Anderson and Schaefer and all the guys that are in here and racing with me. That's it. And shout out to you guys for streaming.
Well, that's awesome, River. Congratulations on your P3 finish tonight, and we will see you in 2 weeks at Nashville.
Thank you.
All right, that is the driver, the number 89, finishing third here tonight, River Page. Oh, he's already up here. Somebody already pulled him. Gary, why don't you take Landon Williams?
These fast hands. Landon, buddy, you got a copy? You're muted. I think you
Yep,
did that on
I got you.
purpose. All
I
right,
got you.
cool. P2 tonight, man. Started P6, got second. You were prowling around the top 5, top 10 all night long. Talk about your race.
It was pretty good there the first half, and then we had those cautions that kind of kept everybody bunched up. I saved my stuff pretty decently there the first run, and I was kind of enjoying that. I started catching Rambler there near the end of it, and it was just a pretty smooth race up until that last little bit. But I don't know. I don't think I had anything for Schaefer on a long run. He seemed pretty good. I was catching him there at the end, but it wouldn't have lasted very long because I was using everything I had to get to him. Just kind of ran out of time.
Ran out of time, ran out of racetrack. Well, we got an off week next week, so you get a break. But we all know you don't take a break ever. We go to Nashville, Smashville, 140 next week, 329. Talk about that. What do you think of Nashville Super Speedway?
Well, if it's anything like this week combined with the last few weeks, we're still gonna have River bitching at everybody, so that'll be fun. He's mad at me on the last restart for running him up to the wall, and I was a full car width off of him, so he can, go to the right place. And I think I might have dumped the 71. They're on lap 78, I think. I'm not sure. I ain't went back and looked at it yet. But yeah.
Oh, I did mean to ask you, what was the beef between you and the 67?
He's mad because he was caught up in that afterwards, and I really don't care.
What happened afterwards? Talk about it.
Well, he just came up to me and adored the hell out of me after the checkered flag there whenever we were pacing around under the cooldown lap. So I gave it back to him. Simple as that.
10-4. Fair enough. Well, we'll see you here in a couple weeks. Enjoy your week off. We'll see you at Nashville. All right.
Yeah, that was the
AJ, here you go. Chase is here.
Chase Schaefer, AJ, Gary, and Mike in the booth. Holy crap, dude. What an excellent race for you and the 99 team. How'd you do it? How'd the car feel? And, run us through how the car felt and how the race went.
Tire saving was basically the main goal. I knew that from the beginning. Just feeling how the car was handling. I knew it was going to be on the right front. Got tight after some time. So that was my main goal, was just to try and manage that first. And then after that was just trying to keep the pace up enough. And we did it. I'm really surprised with how that came out. I usually am not that good at saving tires, but that's about how I wanted this race to go. I wanted to just kind of just stay up front the entire time, not really have to deal with anyone in the back. And so that's exactly how it went. I was able to make that happen. I'm really proud of how that whole race went, and this will be very good for the points lost last week.
All right, dude. Well, before we let you go and you get to enjoy the week off before we head to Nashville Super Speedway, talk about your sponsors, talk about your Monster Designs, and close it out, pal.
Just follow Monster Designs _ on Twitter and _ Monster Designs _ on Instagram. That's all I got. Thank you guys for having us.
All right, that's Chase Schaefer winning tonight, putting on a clinic up front.
I just got
Gary,
I just got one thing to say. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I rudely moved Landon out of here without thanking the sponsors. I know his sponsors I drive for the same team, so here we go. We got SWS Chassis, Drinkin Bros, Nerds Doing Nerd Things Podcast, All-Star 15 TV. We wouldn't be able to do it at Hutch Sport Racing without them, so just want to give a shout out to our partners.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry,
appreciate the shout out.
Forgot to do that before I moved him. Oh, and Drinkin Bros.
Hey.
Too. Them too.
Yep. Which, speaking of Drinking Bros, hi, Drinking Bros, because we're kind of broadcasting to your Facebook page as well. So, hi.
Hope they're enjoying
guys,
the show.
What a fantastic change of events. Tonight's race, we had a little bit of a caution incident towards the end, but overall, This was fun.
We
This
had
is
half
the
cautions as last week, so
yeah, but this is the Thunderstorm League of Racing that we saw last year.
Oh yeah,
and the year before.
Definitely a turn in the right direction for sure, AJ. I have to agree with that.
And if anything has to be done, or said, I mean, if race control was better and really put the hammer down on people, and cleaned it up, kudos to the driver number one. But if Eckhart really stuck to his guns and penalized people, which you heard him in the booth, it was the first time I've ever had somebody come up to the booth and be like, "Can you show me that again?" But overall, fantastic race. Can't wait for Nashville in 2 weeks.
I think everybody gets a well-deserved week off here. The first 3 races, take a breather.
Yeah.
Kind of gather ourselves up a little bit over these next couple of weeks. It was a really fun race here tonight. Definitely life-changing from Daytona and from Rockingham. I'm hoping that we see more of the same thing going into Nashville. These guys will get plenty of time to practice for that track and maybe even move ahead in the schedule a little bit. But overall, if I were to grade this race, I would probably give it a 9 out of 10. I thought the race was great for the most part until, like Landon was saying there, toward the end of that race. So,
yeah, I'm kind of right in that boat with you. It was a fantastic race, like I said. I can't wait to get to Nashville Super Speedway for the Smashville 140. Peyton, thank you for the name. Thank you. Awesome. But even the wrecks we had tonight, the cautions, they weren't bonehead cautions. They were mostly netcode. So that's also a plus, that they weren't to a fault. But we're going to close out before we continue to rant, because I'm very happy with what we saw. I know everybody at home really enjoyed watching. Thank you for everybody who liked and subscribed, followed the Facebook page. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Road to 1K.
Road to 1K, baby. Let's do it.
From Mortar to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.